Hi everyone, welcome to Be Soul Light. Welcome to my channel again. Okay, I promise I'm not going to be talking about what I had an encounterment of eating. That was my fun laugh at me video. Okay, this is on a teaching note and a serious note. First I want to talk about this set of cards. If you are new to my channel, welcome. If you are regular to my channel, thank you for watching, thank you for subscribing, thank you for supporting this channel and sharing and liking and pushing all the buttons. Push all the buttons. Hit that like button. Okay, these set of cards, just a FYI, and let you guys know. Hold on a second, let me check here. Let me make sure. To let you know, I have been collecting oracle cards and tarot cards since 1996. Yeah, I think 1996. I'm up to 60 set so far, because I like to collect the cards depending on the story, depending on who was creating them, what were they doing before they just up and left everything and said, hey, I'm going to start doing my cards. Okay, so the set, I think I've had these out before. It's called The Secret Language of Light. Now, I do my light language whenever spirit comes in and my higher self comes in, my sacred language comes in and wants to talk and do healing for people. So the light language just comes through in a natural way. It's just a sacred language. You're not supposed to try to understand it with the mind. You're supposed to understand it in the soul and the heart of your being. That's what light language is all about. It's a sacred language of your soul. Everyone has it, but some of us have forgotten how to use it for our healing and how to slip into that space, into that higher frequency and speak it. Okay, so I'm just saying that because I'm handling these cards, and usually when I have these cards, it jumps in. It gets activated. And then sometimes when I'm in deep thought and I'm in prayer, it comes out. So one of the cards that I pulled earlier, a few days ago actually, and it's just been on my mind. I wanted to share it with you guys and talk about it because it was something really profound in the book when it was describing this, and it's called Ask Your Soul, number 16. Ask your soul. Ask your soul. Okay, see all the colors in there? The heart chakra, how it's centering, sitting in divineness. Ask your soul. So that 1 and 6 is a 7, so you know that you're dealing with spirituality. You're dealing with spirit. So when I looked it up, the one thing that really stood out with it was something that you've asked for will soon turn up in your life. Every time you request something, you plant the seed in your quantum field or your vibrational reality where it begins to grow and move towards you. This is how we create and expand the consciousness. Asking is the first step in any creation. Asking. It only needs to be about 10% of the creative process. But somehow most of us make it about 90%. If we don't see any evidence of our desires are coming into our existence, we keep asking. This holds us in a place where the answer can't be heard. Okay, so let me read that again. This holds us in a place where the answers can't be heard. What you desire is on the way. You only need to ask once. It doesn't matter whether this is out loud or in your mind, because the universe interprets vibration, not words. Okay, I want you to sit with that for a second. Sit with that. I want you to think about the universe, how it works in its own vibrational sound wave being. Okay? So it is not about how many times we ask for something or how many times we're pushing that answer. It is all about the vibration that you're sitting in, creating it. So I thought it was such a pretty card, because the question I had a question about something that I was thinking about was sacred sanctuary home. I am looking at manifesting a bigger place so I can see more people and really just take it to the next level, because this is my work. This is what I'm feeling guided is now my next purpose. I need to be in the place where I can sit with people and really work with them and get to that next space. It brings in so much of everything that I've been taught, everything that I've been trained, everything I went through in the initiation form of who I am, to utilize all of that inner medicine for healing. So this was a pretty interesting card according to the question I asked. And I said, okay, because sometimes being a Capricorn, I just have to keep, well, let me reword it. Maybe I wasn't clear enough. Is the universe understanding me? So I manifested this. I need to get to the next level. I need to have my lodge, my healing lodge, sacred plants growing for the people, all these wonderful things. And I will have it. Guarantee you that. Okay, so that is the opening for what we're going to discuss. Okay, and I will shuffle maybe a little later. Okay, so how do you know that you are sitting in a higher frequency? When you are not judging, when you are not complaining, when you are not making excuses. That's how you know. That's how you know. And then you start to see it in your world, that when you speak and say, hey, I'm really thinking about manifesting this, I'm thinking about manifesting that, just manifest it. Just say, I would really like to have this. I would like to have more of this. I would like to have more of this coming in. Yes, I love that. My soul loves that. Soul, what more do you want? How much more can I handle? Bring me the whole kid and caboodle. Let my soul vibrate up to that level so that I can pull in what it is that I really desire. I really enjoyed the things I did this weekend. I really did. And it was just, not so much this weekend. What am I saying? Not the weekend. It was these last few days coming into this new year. And when people need me, and when Spirit tells me to do something for someone, and I hear it loud and clear, I have no problem getting up and doing that. I don't care about I have to do this or do something and before I have to go do that for the. No, I already been told what I need to do. I need to go follow through. Okay, so Here's another tidbit that you know that you are up on a higher frequency. And I noticed it today. And I thought it was funny. Okay, so can we just talk? Okay. Now, I have already shared with you my collections about tarot and oracle cards. I also have a thing about knowledge, books, journals, pens. And usually around this time is when I am in the bookstores the most, especially used bookstores. Because around this time of the year is when everyone has cleared out all their closets, cleared out all their bookcases, and they're bringing in all these books. And I'm like, ooh, giddy. So, so today, in my mind, I'm working with my clients and I'm saying to myself, okay, I feel the tug of a book that's pulling on me. And I said, it won't leave me alone. I guess I need to go to the bookstore and go get it. Because certain things will do that. If it's not a crystal that I see or something, it starts pulling on me. And that's when I tell people, pay attention to that tug when something is pulling on you and it won't let you sleep, it won't let you let go, it pulls on you and it's just constantly bothering you, and it's like you keep getting the image of that thing or person or place or whatever it is in your mind. That means you're supposed to act on it. That means you're supposed to do something. That's the universe talking to the soul of you to try to get you to get something, because there is something in it, especially if it's a book, that you need to get the message of. Or if you need to go travel somewhere, there's something in the travel, a person or someplace where you need to go, that's going to have something of medicine that you need to pick up or to be with. Okay, so that's one of those things. So I was just kind of like, all right, okay. So before I tell you what happened with that, because it ties in with three things, I was thinking about this one book, and I remember saying to myself, and this is how you know that you're on a higher frequency because of your manifestation abilities. I said to myself, well, that book was really interesting. I'm going to have to go to Barnes and Nobles to go recheck that book out and look at it and see if that's a book I want to get. Okay. It's a yearly Sabbath book that talks about healing modalities and things every day with histories of different metaphysical things. So, and I said, well, I'm going to stop by Half Price Bookstore first. Then I'll go head over to Barnes and Nobles. Okay. So, this was like last week. So I go to Half Price Bookstore. I'm looking around. I get a book that I've been wanting for a month that I was going to order on Amazon, but I pulled it in, and I think I talked about that. Pulled it in, and there it was. And I was like, oh, wow, okay, fine. So I got the book. So I'm thinking about this other book at Barnes & Noble, and I said, here's where it gets fun. Here's manifestation. I said it just like this. On my way over to Half Price Bookstore. Gosh, I wish I could find that book at Half Price Bookstore so I wouldn't have to go all the way over to Barnes & Noble. It'd be nice to just make one stop. That's what I said. In my mind. Hence, what this card represents, what I was saying, okay? The universe picks up on the vibration. Your mindset vibration, not your words. I was thinking it. I was sending the thought wave out. I was like, okay. So I'm milling around in the bookstore, half price bookstore. Got one of my books. And the guy who gets all the books in, the clerks have to separate everything out, and they put them on these roll-out carts, book carts. So I see the cart, and I'm like, oh, okay, yeah, let me go check it out. And there on the cart, right in front of me, not one, but two of the books, the metaphysics books that I wanted to go check out at Barnes & Noble, on the cart, right in front of me. So my facial expression was like, what? There you go. That's what I'm talking about. Yes. And I said, oh my gosh. So I grabbed the book and I was like, wow. And I go, thank you. That's what I call service. You even rolled it out on a cart for me. Oh, and in one place. I rolled it out in front of me. And so I didn't have to get in my car, go to Barnes & Noble's to go receive. You just brought it to me. Thank you very much. So I was in love with that. So I look at the book. Okay, now this is the lesson. I look at the book and I say thank you. And I go through it. I start getting in my head of, well, I probably don't need this book. Yeah, it's just like all these other ones. There's probably nothing really I need in it. I keep checking it out. And I leave the book. I don't even buy it. Yes, I said that. I left the book. So what has happened? That book would not leave me alone. It kept pressing on me. I even went back in, I looked at it again, and I left it again. Pressing on me. I've had a book like that do that to me one time before. It's called Sophia's Code. And that book, it followed me. And it was kind of scary how it followed me because I refused to get the book at the bookstore. And there was like rows of them. And I said, no, I'm not going to get it. Then when I went to my location to go put my suitcase down and my bedding, check into my room, the person that was there before me, the room I was staying in, had left all their books. And what was one of the books on top of her books that they had to mail back to her? Sophia Code. So I'm like, really? So yes, I had to go back and go get that book. I said, okay, fine. Because books have energy, has medicine in it. When you touch a certain book, that book resonates with your heart and your vibration. And you get that book and it's like, whoa, okay. So I left the book. Okay. So today, I had that pull again. And I said, leave me alone. So I ended up at Half Price Bookstore. And I went in and I found another book because I liked what it was saying, Breaking the Code of Your Mind. And I said, oh, I'm all about, code work, frequency, getting into the mindset. My background in hypnotherapy, been in hypnotherapy for a long time, since oh my gosh. When did I get that? Oh, geez. I think 1998, 1999, hypnotherapy. Anyway, that's a different story. I got all that. But I love hypnotherapy. So, oops. Sorry. So, I went ahead and got the book. And it was still in the same place where I left it. It was still sitting there. It was still sitting in that area on that cart. And there it was, just sitting there. And I both two of the same copies, and I said, okay, fine. Went ahead and got it, got the book, took it up to the front, and the lady that was ringing me out, she rings up both the books, and she looks at that book and she goes, oh my God, this is such a pretty book. I said, I know, it's really pretty. She goes, it feels really good. And I said, I know, tell me about it. That's why I'm back, getting this book. So I got the book. I look forward. I'm telling you, one day I'm going to do a video, it might happen really soon, probably before my birthday, of the books next to my bed. I'm going to call it that. Because there's certain books I go through and I look at before I go to sleep. I study, do some studying. Knowledge is power. Wake up your mind, stay on a higher frequency. I'm always doing that. So I got the book. So in my journey, I noticed something else. Since we've shifted into this higher frequency, and we're still shifting. Now, we're going to keep going up in that frequency. Keep rising up. A lot of people are getting sick, getting this cold, and a lot of people don't realize it. Lisa Transcendent Brown talks about this. It's not a flu, it's not a cold, it's the adjustment to the frequency your body has to go through to clear out stuff so that your crystalline body can be activated to take in a new frequency so you can sustain living on this planet. That's what it is. But everyone's calling it, I don't know what it is wrong with me, I got a cold, yeah, your sinuses are going to clear out, your heart chakra is going to clear out, you're going to have bronchial stuff in and out because whatever old stuff is stuck in those tissues has to come out. It has to get out of there. So your body is going to go through processes of clearing and clearing and clearing and clearing so it can allow the new energy and new cellular energy to be activated to come in. That's what's happening. That's what's happening to your bodies. And you have to rest. When you're sleeping, resting, taking in good fluids and good food for yourself, your body will adjust and will go through the process a lot easier. That's what's happening. So a lot of people are getting this weird cold and all, and they call it allergies. Come on, people. There's no allergies around this time of the year. Everything is in dormant land. Nothing. It's dormant. It's quiet. Everyone's, oh, you got allergies. No, you don't. You're going through the shift. You're going through the lift up. You're going through the physical body change. That's what you're going through. The ascension process, they call it. They got a lot of names for it, but it's called the ascension process. So, and this process has been happening since 2012, when the first initiative energy came in and started speeding it up. Okay, so that's all I'm going to say about that part. So, when I came out of the store, and this is tying in how you know you're on a different frequency, different higher dimension, because your thoughts are creating it. Your thoughts are sending it out, and then you're seeing it in your reality. Okay, so I had a problem last year where this area, when you go around the backside of the bookstore, around this hardware place, lumber place, where things would break down, not break down, but there was this metal speed bump that you had to go over, and you have to drive really slow to go over because it's this metal, and it's not even rounded. It's like it has like a little square end to it, and then it goes hump, and then a little square, and drops down. You guys know what I'm talking about. You kind of look at it like, oh, I don't want that to dent up my rim just going over it. It's so abnormal. So I always hated that bump, and I said, I wish this bump would just disappear. I can't stand this thing going around here, and I gotta kind of go around the edge of it so I don't have to roll over it. I never liked it. It wasn't there today. They moved it. They got rid of it. I was like, oh, it's gone. Yes. No more of that. Right on. So then I had a little craving. I wanted some French fries. That's all I wanted. I just want some French fries. Some little French fries with a little sea salt on it. So I went ahead, went through Wendy's, grabbed some French fries just right there. I like Wendy's French fries with a little sea salt on it. And I said, gosh, in my mind, I said, I hope they leveled up. Now, I wasn't getting a hamburger, nothing like that. I just wanted some French fries, okay? So, I get around the corner, something else has changed. The second window, the first window, before you get to the actual place to pick up your food, was open. It's normally not like that. All the times I've gone to this particular Wendy's across from that bookstore is always drive all the way up to the second window because they always had the first one closed, and then there was boxes and stuff in there, and they never used that window. And so it kind of stunned me. All of a sudden, I almost drove past it. And I stopped, and I said, and the window opens, she goes, hi, that'll be blah, blah, blah. And I go, well, this is different. This is nice. So I give her my money, drive up to the next window, and the window opens. Here you go. Have a great day. You too. Get the fries. I'm like, open it up. I'm driving around the corner, and, no speed bump. I'm going. And I get the fries, and they're hot and fresh, and they're not soggy. They haven't been under no lamp. They are fresh. Just came out of the fresh thing. I was like, ooh, it's nice and fresh. Yum. And I was like, oh my gosh, look at that. Yay. Everybody, it was just a level. Something noticeable in your reality changed. It shifted. It went up. So I want you to pay attention to those changes, because if you're on that change, on that level, you can make things happen for your highest good. Okay? You can make it happen. You just have to believe in it. You just have to be true to yourself in it. And just know that. I'm going to start to wrap this up because I have a class to get to. Okay. My next subject, this is a serious one. I try not to spend too much time on it. I want you to bear with me. And you've been put in situations like this, and you did nothing. You didn't get up and change. You didn't leave. You stayed in it. Okay? All right. So, I have a client, and I'm going to change the name and everything not to identify this client. But Susie, we'll call her Susie G. Susie G has this boyfriend. We'll call him Brad. So Susie and Brad go away on the holidays, go visit family. Okay, Susie and Brad. And Brad happens to have kind of like a crazy kind of family. Weird family. Just a couple of them. And it's the sister, Brad's sister, is married to a not stable person. She's been married to this unstable person for 20 years. Now, the sister is a travel agent, so she helps people plan out their travel, how to get away, have fun. Okay, I want you to pay attention to that. She plans it out to help other people to get away, to go have fun, to go live their life, to go live the dream. Okay, that's what she does. Meanwhile, back at the ranch with the husband, okay, and this is the scenario. You're visiting You're all sitting down in the living room. Now, Susie is feeling uncomfortable with the sister's husband. Okay, she's feeling uncomfortable with it. He's talking strangely, acting strangely. All of a sudden, he gets up, goes up the stairs, comes back down the stairs with an automatic rifle gun. Okay? Now, Susie is sitting there next to the boyfriend, freaking out inside because she's like, holy crap, he's got a loaded automatic, and he's coming down talking about, yeah, liberals, getting ready to take out liberals. And I'm listening to her tell me what was going on and how freaked out she was. And then the guy walks back up the stairs, okay? He brings down another gun. And he's showing off this one. Talking about what he's going to do with it. Okay, let's put this on pause. Pause. Now, you know, if you've been in a situation where your gut starts doing that weird feeling, you start getting those butterflies in your tummy, you start getting kind of sick to your stomach, like you're supposed to get up and leave. Okay? I don't care if it's your husband, your boyfriend, and you're just meeting these people for the first time, and somebody goes upstairs and brings down an automatic, semi-automatic gun and all this stuff, and they're going to show you their rifle and they're showing it off, and you're not comfortable with it, and he's talking about getting ready to take out liberals, something in your mind has to snap and say, I think it's time I have go pick up something from Walgreens. I forgot my drops. And I'm glad to see you have a collection. That's good. And you look at the boyfriend and you say, I really got to get my drops because I'm not going to be able to sleep tonight if I don't get my drops. Would you guys excuse me? We're going to go down to Walgreens and go get my drops for my eyes. And then we'll be right back. Okay? Get your butt up. Take the boyfriend or the husband out of the house. Get in the car. Don't go back to the house. Okay? This person was in a panic about what she was exposed to. Now, here's where it gets worse. They don't leave. Okay, I'm just saying, if that was me in my situation and I would have saw something like that, I would have been like, oh, look, I got to go to Walgreens. Oh, look, I got an emergency. Got to go. Get out. Get out. Don't be sitting there playing in your mind saying, oh, this doesn't feel good. You know your angels probably came right over you and said, now's the time that you need to get out of this house. Get up and make an excuse and step out. Okay? Get out. Don't be sitting there wondering how the evening's going to play out. What's the matter with you? Leave. So, no, it gets worse. They have to spend the night. Spend the night. Crazy man. The woman that's been married to this man for 20 years, who had already left him the first time but couldn't stay gone, came back to him and still living with him but making plans to leave again because it's getting weird. So they spend the night in the house of horrors, waiting to become a horror movie epic. And I, being who I am, Capricorn, not gonna hold back. Not doing that this year. Say it like it is. I said, okay, what was going through your mind that you stayed and spent the night? Why did you put yourself in that place? Because you obviously didn't sleep. You obviously couldn't sleep. So why would you stay in that predicament? Here is the response. Well, it's his family, so I figure he knows his family, and I didn't want to make him feel bad that we had to leave, because I really wanted to leave and get a hotel or something, so I would have felt safer. And I said, and that's what you should have did. He would have followed you. And he would have respected that. If he loves you, he would have respected the fact that you had to leave. You didn't feel safe. And I told Susie that I was gonna use this as a teaching, because I know there's a lot of people who sit back and they close their mouth and they sacrifice and they hang out in Dangerland. In Dangerland. Waiting to be a part of CNN unknowingly. Details at 6 o'clock or 7. The reason why I'm bringing this up and teaching you about that sense of get up and walk out is because one day it will save your life. It really will. Because you don't want to be that other percent. And I know some of you have experienced this where you didn't listen to that voice. You stayed anyway and it didn't turn out so well. And in the back of your mind, you are saying, I knew I shouldn't have came, or I knew I should have left. Why did I stay? Why did I do this? Da, 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 da. And your mind is just going and going and going. So finally, in the morning, obviously, did not get any sleep. She didn't. They couldn't wait to get out of there. And then finally she erupts and she talks about the whole thing, how unsafe she felt. And now the sister is making the plans to leave the crazy man after 20 something years of marriage. I think it was 20 years of marriage. And in my mind, I'm saying, why did she wait so long to leave him? What was the lesson that she did not get? And I'll tell you what she didn't get. She didn't understand what her self-worth was. That's it. Susie was telling the story of how she would come down the stairs and hair all disheveled, no comb in it, just kind of looking like she'd been through a tornado. And just functioning, but she's a travel agent. I said, is she Dorothy? She need to click them heels and get the hell out of there. You know? Hello? Click, click. I'm gone. She needs to click those heels. Obviously, she didn't wear her ruby heels. Come on now. The days of sitting in relationships and you in these relationships where one person controlling everything, telling another person what they can and cannot do, and you're in a relationship and it's all one-sided, really? That's so unhealthy. And they got all kind of things going on. It's so unhealthy. It really is. It's so unhealthy. If you are in a situation where you sit back and you allow something like that to happen, I don't care if you went to a party with a boyfriend or boyfriend has you paying for everything. That's another one that came up this week. I about lost my cookies on that. These young girls going out with these guys thinking that they are so in perfect alignment with the right guy, and they're paying for everything. They're paying for the date. They're paying for the gas in the car. They're paying for this. They're paying for that. Just because he gives you a little kiss and says hello, thank you, you're so beautiful or what. If he's not popping that off for you and taking care of your needs, you need to dump him. Bye. Using you up. And then vice versa for a woman. If a woman is telling a man they can't have this or can't bring this or can't do this or all that, why are you so insecure? Why are you trying to control that man? And if you are a man and you let that woman control you like that, it's your fault because you're not standing in your warriorship and not speaking up. It throws everything off in balance. Everything. I couldn't believe the things I was hearing these last few days with people. I'm like, stop. Please, stop it. Wake up. Stop making these choices. Sitting in the house of horror, waiting to be the next film epic. Come on. Really? You should have got up. I dare somebody to come down the stairs with some kind of semi-automatic talking about, oh, look, I would have been all about, oh, yeah, Walmart, gotta go. Walgreens, gotta go. Oh, emergency phone call, gotta go. And if the boyfriend's not going to follow because it's family, see ya, bye-bye. Come on. Are you kidding me? No, 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 no. That goes for those crazy guys, and you know who you are. You so gotta hunt that woman down and bothering her at her job and all this stuff. What's wrong with you? Stop it. Go get yourself centered. Stop the shenanigans. I had a possessive boyfriend, and it was back in my younger days when I was still living at home. And he followed me from my job. He was following me, wouldn't leave me alone, could not take the word no. I don't want to see you no more. Kept bothering me. And one time, he just kept followed up to my house. I went inside, wouldn't leave me alone. Came up to the door, he was banging on the door. And my father had to be a father. He went upstairs, got his hunting rifle, came down to the front door, and my father's a Southern man. He don't believe in that shenanigans. Came to that door, opened it up, stood there and says, "Can I help you? I do believe my daughter says she doesn't want to be bothered with you anymore. If you come to my front door again, bothering her, I'm going to send you to God with one swoop." I never had to worry about that guy again. Yeah. Didn't have to worry about him. Didn't have to worry about nothing. Never saw him again. I've never seen my dad do that. You know, he stepped into warriorship. Because that's what men are supposed to do. They are the protectors of the home. They stand at that front door. They guard it to make sure nothing crazy comes in through that front door. But some of our men of our society have lost their warriorship. They've lost it. They've become, what's my feelings? How many Facebook likes do I have? You know, really? Don't get me started. That's another video. But you see, I'm on fire about this because Susie was sitting in the house waiting to be in the next horror story. Susie should have got up and left. And a lot of times we do that to ourselves, staying in a situation, knowing that it's not good for us. We stay in it thinking it's going to get better. Don't go having a child with a broken relationship that has some issues, because that child is not going to be the one to heal it. If it's a broken relationship, it's going to still be broken once the child comes into the world. Because I see people all the time, they start planning having a baby with a broken relationship. Passing in the night relationships. Let's talk about that. Okay, not seeing eye to eye anymore. You having fights and all that shenanigans. Really? So 2020 is all about the book coming out. It's all about new teachings. It's all about me. I gotta go, you guys. I gotta go to my class. It's all about the new stuff. And I am here to bring awareness, talk about magical ways to make your life better, and talk about get out of situations that don't take care of you, are harmful to you. And I talk about it like that because I went through that medicine myself. So I only talk about things that I experienced and what I learned from it. And I pass it off to others, because that's my medicine and that's who I am and that's how I walk in my life. So please take note of what I said. And if you know a Susie that's doing this, staying in a relationship, there's nothing more heartbreak than seeing a tragedy out of somebody that should have got out. But they keep staying in it thinking it's going to be better. And they get all the telltale signs, the red flags, that this is not going well, that this is turning out bad. Get out of the situation. Get out of it. All right. I gotta go to class now. All of you, be good to yourself. I'm gonna shuffle one card. I will come on tomorrow and do a reading for the first energetic readings of the first 3 months of this year. Okay, so I'm going to leave you with a card. Soul name. What is your soul name? Do you know who you are? Do you know your soul name? It's not the name that you were given when you were born. Soul name is how the universe recognizes you, and when you use it, your soul name. What's your soul name? Okay, I'm going to leave us on that note, and I'll open it up tomorrow, and we'll talk about soul names. Anyway, if you have comments and you need to get in contact with me, please email me. My email will be at the bottom. I'll leave it on the description box. Okay? Anyway, gotta go. Be good to yourselves. Much love to all of you. Sorry I had to get a little serious at the end, but too many people trying to stay in a horror movie and start a new epic. I'm sorry. Get out. Get out of that situation. Get out of that house. Get out of that relationship. You see somebody acting strangely. They doing weird things. Talking about taking people out or something. You need to get out of there, get safe, and you need to report that. Because we have too many crazy people going out to churches and schools and clubs and stuff. And people know. Oh, and they always brush it off. Oh, well, they don't mean no harm. They just blowing off steam. No, they're not. Not if they're sitting on their butt playing all these video games, shooting up people and stuff, and heavy. This guy is a heavy Christian radical and plays video games. That was his problem. He plays video games, and he's a heavy, righteous, preaches Christian person in that head. You know, there's some of these people that get so bent in their head, they think they're hearing God talk to them about going and killing people, making things right. Ooh. All right, gotta go, you guys. I can't be late. All right, much love to you. Love you all. Love your mom and dad. Gotta go. All right.